makeup, singing She's in Love with an emo girl on TikTok, and I didn't have no say nor approval. Hey, what do you think? Do you think this would be cool or not? You know what I mean? And I'm the one that made them cool. But then I'm not asked what's cool for my actual children in America.
All right, I'm going to have to go find where Kanye West is online complaining about his daughter, Northwest. I think they was telling me that she was only 12. And she was on TikTok singing a song about having a goth girlfriend, or she also was, he also said, you know, and how she was dressing and stuff, right? And, you know, and when people go through things, it's a dude that on $1 Million Worth of Game, they had a guy come on there. And I forget his Instagram name, but he's a strong advocate for against child support. And his story was he got put on child support at 12 for a child that wasn't his. Now, in some states that you go to, the child, if you marry in Georgia, if you marry and a woman, you know, y'all was separated, a woman step out and have a baby, that baby is still your responsibility. I was listening to a clip the other day. I might have to find it and do it and talk about it. So, I mean, it's messed up laws like that, right? Okay. So, you know, it's messed up laws like that. But nonetheless, when you go through something, some people, they become advocates for it. You know, it was a lady in my neighborhood, her son, I forgot what happened to her son. And he passed away. And every year she has this very nice lady to her son. Her son is respectable people. And she have this festival, and it should be coming up every year for her son to raise the awareness. When you go through something, some people literally want to become advocates and raise awareness so this doesn't happen again. So I think Kanye West is speaking a lot of facts when he says no such thing as joint custody. The mother will always have to say so. The mother and the government is always going to have to say so. You know, this is why it's a strong advocate for you. You really vetting these women, bro. If she say no prenup, then you already know what she on, bro. Because a prenup don't mean you don't get Nathan. It's an agreement. You know, if you like, well, let's just drop our own marriage contract, and she don't want to do that, then cool, don't be with her. Men do enough compromising in relationships. Let me say that first and foremost. Men do enough compromising in a relationship. In my Umar voice, men do enough compromising in a relationship. If she don't want to get on a program, if she don't want to, you know, go the way you go, it's just like if you a hard do Hindu, they don't play that shit. They ain't gonna, you know, make a shotgun agreement, you know, or a marriage agreement between the families. And he ain't Hindu and they don't believe when they believe in, guess what? Same thing. Once you hear, oh, I'm not doing a prenup, keep it moving, bro. Keep it moving. You know, if she don't show those signs, and I'm about to get to that point, if she don't show the signs of that's what you want your daughter to be, don't do it. If she ain't, whatever you want your daughter to be, if that's, you know, respectable, peaceful, carry herself well, speak well, educated, you know, have manners. You know what I'm saying? You know, because there's a whole thing known as a whole gene that's in men and women. You can look it up. So that's kind of where you want to go. Don't think it's 2 million more women than I think in this country than men. Or you go outside the country and find women that value you. That's what dudes be best. Oh, I ain't getting no prenup. I'm already go find another nigga then. Bye. Good luck. Well, I don't know. You know, first thing when I was dating women and shit, even the girl I got now, first thing we talked about was, you know, marriage. Like, yeah, like we already had an agreement. We was on the same page. Cool. We was on the same page. Facts. We was on the same page. So ain't no thing about it. Guess what? If they don't want to be on your program, hey, you can find somebody else. Trust and believe me, bro. Too many dudes live in a scarce mindset where, oh, she's the only one. Trust and believe me. Most of the time, she not unique. Sometimes you get a woman that's unique, and if they're really unique and they really for you, these the same women that say they won't do a prenup or they won't do a marriage contract without the government. These the same women that'll help Pookie bust down the brick. These the same women that'll help Pookie rob a bank and man, get the fuck out of here. That'll do time for when Octavius and shit. Get out of here, man. All right, but I know the elephant in the room is this, bro. The elephant in the room is that he married a hoe and what he thought was gonna happen. I mean, into a family of hoes. You know, I remember one of her sisters was like, I don't know if it was Chloe or the other one, and she was basically like, I went on a date with an NBA player, and you know, I don't think the guy didn't call her back or whatever, right? And the mom was like, did you suck his thing? Oh no, did you suck his thing? Like, damn, you know, cold bitch in the game, right? You didn't give him any head? I'm like, damn. So that's what you married into. And you were supposed to have your fun and keep it moving. He didn't do that. He didn't have his fun and keep it moving. Make sure my mic on. Yeah, he didn't have his fun and keep it moving. And that's what it is. That's what it is, bro. And now he's dealing with the ramification of dealing with a hoe. But falling in love with the pussy. I mean, she got a fake body. I'm telling y'all, when they get them bodies and shit, that's a mental illness, bro. It's a mental illness, dog. And for most guys, that's just a fetish. Oh, I just want to hit a bitch with a BBL. And you find out the pussy thing, it ain't good. Woo, woo. Hey, whatever. It's a fetish. And most women are not happy with themselves, you know, if they can't go outside without makeup, a wig, a bonnet, extensions, the makeup face. You know, if they can't be confident enough on the, you know, and it's cool to wear makeup and some of that stuff on certain occasions. I don't give a fuck on certain occasions, but if you always got to have that makeup and shit on, you can't make that. You know, or they got to get BBL, all that. You can't make them happy, bro. They ain't happy with themselves until they figure out to be happy with themselves and find themselves. You lead them by themselves. Bars. I ain't gonna clap. I flew to work this morning. I got here quick. But yeah, that's facts. And you know, he goes on. He's like, oh, there's no, you know, but you married a hoe first and foremost. You got with a hoe. You procreate with a hoe. What did you thought was gonna happen? You gotta think about it too. Yo, children is not gonna get that body that she got. You know, she ain't gonna get that body. It's fake. You know, so she is what she is, man. And then you know, she claiming it's so hard to be a single mother and. Oh, I'm going to hire a male maid or a male man to be a father figure to my children. And they put a lot of these jackets on black women. But a lot of these other women, even more so than black women, they do this shit too. You know? I be advocating that shit. I be like, y'all be, oh, black women. No. And look at this situation. They say, oh, you know, these men, I'm a single mother. And she's talking about getting a male maid or a male father figure for her. You got a whole fucking husband, ex-husband, a father to your children. What's wrong with that? You can take his money, but he can't see his kids, and that's what he was saying in the video. There's no such thing as custody and 50-50. It's always favor the mother, and I have no say so. But guess what? If that child don't turn out right, it's his fault. That's the thing about it. Everything boils down with women to a man's fault. It's a man's fault. It's my father's fault. It's my brother's fault. It's my baby daddy's fault. It's my husband's fault. It's always their fault. But you wanted to lead. And this is why women can't lead and women should lead, because it's always somebody else's fault. They don't take accountability. It's in their DNA. The first thing about leadership, when shit don't go right, hey, you got to point to yourself. That's a sign of a leader, women. Women, a man lead. You know, you want to know if a man is a strong leader, he may not be where he gonna be at, you know, down the line either, right? But if it's always somebody else's fault, and he ain't no leader. When I go through stuff, I'm like, damn, it's my fault. I should have seen that. Or next time I gotta know that. That's a sign of leader. But he's become an advocate of the child court system, and I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. You know, and hopefully, you know, he takes his resources and he takes his name, and we can fight this shit. You know, we can fight this shit, man. I don't go through it, don't want to go through it. But it's deterring a lot of men from having children. It's like basically having a timeshare, getting finessed into a timeshare. You get finessed into a timeshare, you can't even go to the house when you want to go to the vacation. Only a short amount of window you can do it. Same thing with having a kid. So he knew he had a kid with a hoe. And that's what it was. And when these women get mad at you, they leverage whatever they can over you. If it's your reputation, if it's your children, if it's turning your family against you, They leverage all that to do. That's why most men just walk away. It's a battle that you can't win. You know, you want to be there for your kids. You want to do this, that, and the third. And then most of these guys don't keep their dick in their pants and they still fucking these women. And the women get confused. Even if you tell them verbatim, they're still confused. The emotion trump the logic in their head or trap the agreement that you have. So honestly, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I feel him, man. He's a strong advocate for that, man. And hopefully, you know, a lot of the brothers can band together and we can change this shit. And a lot of things need to be changed. But we know, you know, he know what he signed up for. It's just love, and that's why you gotta control your men and women. You have to control your lust. You know, you have to control your lust. That's it. You gotta control your lust. Cause lust will make you, you know, into agreement like he got into that he shouldn't even have been in, bro. That's why I say black people get married for attraction, and everybody else know that. Get married because it's a business agreement. You know, y'all building an empire when you get married to pass down to your children. And they gonna take that template that y'all did and pass it to their children. Y'all just building, y'all starting off building wealth. Guess what? When a man and woman, especially when a man is in the house, he passes down wealth. He passes down wealth. He passes down wealth. But when a woman is in the house without a man, ain't no nothing being passed down. A wedding ring, a trinket, a Christmas ornament, you know, about nothing. But hey, check out the Real 101 playlist, music entertainment playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.